And you thought it wasn't possible. Join me on my journey as I get full enchanted diamond gear, build epic farms, do impossible challenges, and build a giant monument, all in superflat.
And I found a village very close by, and I found a saddle which is very useful in these worlds because you need a horse. And I got tons and tons of food, which I felt very lucky. And I collected most of the villager beds, and then I killed some mobs, and then I killed more mobs, and I chopped down this tree for wood, and I got a shovel and got straight to work. And I made a pen for the villagers to keep them in because they're animals. And I collected all their beds and placed it inside the pen, and now it was nighttime, they all came in. In the morning, I got to work destroying their houses so I could make myself some lovely tools, which was really fun. And now I was able to destroy more of their houses even quicker because I have faster tools. I stole torches from their villages, and I stole fences from their village, which was really good. And I made a pen around the villagers where I can keep all my mobs in as sheeps and goats. I mean, sheeps and cows, whatever you like to call them. And I made a pen around the villagers so they know they're animals as well. And I killed this iron golem. He gave me 5 iron, so in order to celebrate, I made him a grave, and he will not be forgotten, guys. He's the first iron golem of this series, and he gave me 5 iron. And I blocked the villagers in so they'd go roaming around, and I made a water bucket. Took some water from the village, and I made a farm. Then I realized that in this world slime spawn often, so I made a higher like a farm above the ground so that slime don't trample it, because I've seen so many YouTubers struggle with this as well. So I made a quick way out of the villager pen, and I set up a camp very nearby so that I can sleep. And then I made a furnace, and I made a shield because shield is basically a best friend. And I planted some saplings, and I killed another iron golem. And then in the nighttime I went around fighting mobs because I wanted bone. And with the help of this iron golem, it was very easy. Then I got this zombie into the pen, and because I wanted to scare the villagers so they can keep spawning another golem. But this iron golem wasn't cooperating, but I was still able to keep him out. And I wanted seeds this time for wheat because bread is a very good source of food. And I planted them seeds that I got, and then I bone meal some potatoes because potatoes give you energy, guys. Always eat your potatoes. And then I grew some more wheat, and I got tons and tons of seed. And then I found this very nice horse, and it was stubborn, like really stubborn, guys. But I knew it was a good horse because then I wasn't gonna let go of the horse. I wanted this horse, guys. Sorry, I'm stubborn as well, alright. But at last, it had no choice but to be my friend. Yay! And then I got to work on breaking down more of this villager's house, and I went riding straight into the sunset. I mean, a little bit 25 degrees into the sunset. When I found this village, and I began when I saw these blast furnace guys, I couldn't resist. I took all these blast furnaces because blast furnaces are epic. And then I stole stuff from their village, and I stole tasks, and now I stole their only source of income, and I stole their food as well because why not? Ha ha ha. And in the morning, I got totally attacked by these zombies, and but since I'm Dream, I was able to survive. And then I stole more of their task, and I realized I should also steal this as well as some delicious stuff here. And then I went riding straight back home, and I arrived at my village. Yay! It was looking exactly the same, and I got cows, which were just naturally spawned, and I brought them into the pen, and yeah, and I breeded them a little bit so they can give more cow babies. And then I planted, do more planting and farmer stuff, you know what I'm saying is, and I planted more seeds, gave tasks to the villagers, just the regular old me surviving in this world. And then I brought this villager who was roaming outside, and no roaming outside, guys, and I brought the zombie which was outside, and I brought him very near to the zombie pen so the villagers would get scared, and create an iron golem every time the one dies. And then I don't know what I was doing here. Oh yeah, I was making a tank for the fishes because I wanted fishes for some cats because I love cats. Alright, guys. And then I broke the dirt underneath there because obviously you need to break dirt in order to make every one of these a source block. And I made a fishing rod, and I began fishing for fish because that's what you do when you have a fishing rod and a big pool of water. And this is gonna take forever. Okay, please, guys. Okay, and now I was able to get the fishy business achievement, and yeah, it was after a while I got enough fishes, so I came back and I killed this extra iron golem, and I killed the original iron golem as well because he was a little bit rusted. Get the joke, guys, because he's an iron golem and he's iron, so he's rusted. And I forgot about the carrots I stole from the village, so I planted them as well, and I tore down this entire house because why not? And I drove some cats into the boats that I had just tamed. I'm not gonna show you the part where I tried to tame them because that was just basically pure torture. And I planted some saplings, and then I do more farmer stuff. And then I decided I'm gonna need a place to live because I just can't live like a peasant. So I began working on this very small house, which was just totally for survival purposes, guys. It was so small that I barely had enough space in there for me, but I was okay with it. So I stole things from the other villager houses and began to make my one small house, guys. I'm such a poor person. I'm making such a small house. Ah, and I realized the door was way too big, but it's too late to fix that now. So I continued farming as always because super flat. The only thing you can do is farm. And I placed a chest here for my things to be in there. And I decided to put food in here because food very valuable in this world. So I chopped down trees that had just been grown up, and then I made tons and tons of stairs so I could decorate my house. I also put slabs on the roof because I did not want to waste some blocks. And yeah, I put torches in the house and it was looking kind of good. So I decided to put a little bit more design here because I wanted a good thumbnail for the video. And yeah, I brought some more. I tried to make a cool transition here, but cool transition isn't the kind of thing I do. So just forget about it. And I put 4 campfire here because campfire is basically like free fuel. And I drive these sheeps in here, and I made an extra water bucket for some reason, and then I made a full. Um, Please stop! I'm just really sick. Just sorry, guys, to disturb you, but I'm making a farm right now, and this is gonna be like one of those normal mob farms, but except it's gonna be like 10 times larger and bigger because I wanted like XP, and as you guys can see, that it's gonna be really big. It actually took forever to make. I didn't bother recording because too much recording, and I was also gonna edit that, so let's forget that. And I covered the whole platform in dirt as well. And yeah, after that, I don't think I ended up using this in the video because 100 days were over. And I did more planting and trading with this villager because obviously emeralds, and I'm gonna need a lot of them. And I said 3 emeralds in my chest and I bought a tons of shovels. I'm gonna need them later, so just that's why I also bought them. And I tried to upgrade this toolsmith so he can give me diamond tools. And I killed this iron golem because he was buying iron and somehow he got out of his pen. And I started killing. But guys, I'm Dreamac. I can take care of anything. And I also killed this other iron golem for some reason. Yay! And after that, I continued trading, but then this guy spawned, and I realized after these guys actually spawn around 4 to 6 hours of gameplay, and he had nothing nice to sell. Can you believe this? Can you believe this guy? Boom, and for some reason he disappeared. Yeah, and I didn't do anything to him. And finally, he was giving me diamond tools. Yeah, this was actually a very quick transition, but it took forever. And I wanted to upgrade this guy, but I didn't have enough emeralds for it, so I continued on farming because farming gives you emeralds. Emerald gives you cool things. I tried to kill this iron golem, but he almost ended up putting me on half a heart. And what the heck is wrong with you? Uh, you know, uh, I'm so generous and I didn't end up killing him later on. Yes, I didn't. And so now this toolsmith was ready to give me full diamond armor, guys. Wow. And after a quick transition in this video, I made too many torches for some reason. Oh yeah, I was gonna light up the bottom farm as well. and I started lighting up the underneath of the mob farm, because it was basically a mob farm that was getting a big shadow over this world, and tons of mobs were spawning. And this is what it looks like after. Now it's completely light up because I actually ended up out of torches. I ran home, and yeah, and I cooked me some food because I was really hungry and I was nearly about to die, and I got myself food. And I'm pretty sure this is my first time having a good meal, because super flat, obviously. And I made tons and tons of, I mean, 4 hoppers to be exact. And yeah, and I actually made a cool little looking thing out of dirt. And yeah, now I was able to farm some mobs, and I made this design, which was really cool. And this is what it looks like now, guys. Yay! And I got tactically attacked by slimes again. And I did some more farming, guys. You know how it is. And I got more stuff from the villagers. You know how it is, guys. The villagers give you stinky trades. And then I made more composters because I thought these villagers were too expensive. And so now they were able to sell me more stuff. And I breeded some more cows, and yeah, so they can give me more things, because cows are very useful for food and for leather. And I got selling more and more. This is like a quick transition between, like, I don't know, 10 and 5 days, so just don't mind where the 5 days footage went. All right, I cut it out. And yeah, finally this guy was able to, I mean, finally he agreed to sell me some good stuff. And yeah, I got all the diamond things required, and look at that, guys. I did it, yay. And yeah, I got full diamond armor, epic. And now I was also able to buy a efficiency 1 diamond axe and a pickaxe as well. And I was just roaming around when I found this stronghold, and it's just crazy to see a stronghold float in the air. Like, Superflat is just cursed. So I climbed up this fountain which was dripping water, and I poured like a pro, and I found tons of chests, and they had pretty good loot, decent loot, I would say. But this one was kind of special. It gave me 3 diamonds, boys. 3 diamonds, Asian diamonds. And now obviously I went to the library, even though I hate going to the library in real life, and I did what I always wanted to do as a child, which was to burn down a library. But kinda I need books. I never thought I would say this, but I need books, alright. And yeah, so I traveled to the stronghold, I mean the box thingy where there's a portal, and I stole their lava and plus obsidian. And obviously when you have obsidian, you make a enchanting table and you make a portal. You didn't thought I would go to the nether this quick, but I didn't have flint and steel, so I had to wait 2 minutes to get into the nether. And yeah, and this is basically the nether. And I did this technique where pros get ender men by making like a platform above their head and beating up the endermen, which is like totally fair to the endermen, I guess. And yeah, I got 14 ender pearls. Almost this guy shot me, but I gave him gold. Now he's happy. He's a gold digger. And yeah, now I found the fortress. Yes, definitely didn't take me 3 hours to find. Haha. I love how the footage from like 33 hours turns into like a 14-minute video. And yeah, I got tons of other things like nether wart, which is cool for making potions. And I also got a potion from that pigment. And yeah, that's when I beat up more Blaze. It's so satisfying to see Blaze die with just 2 hits. And I was back pretty quick. That's what you guys think, haha. And yeah, lit the portal. Now I'm in the end. Got some end stone because I didn't have blocks. And I wish I brought a bow, but I didn't brought a bow. So now I had to do this manually. And I had to manually come down again. And yeah, this is how it went. So I'm not going to bore you with every tower. So I start slamming the dragon in the face, but he was too scared to fight me, so he left. And this was the last hit. And excuse me guys, I'm kind of sick right now, but yep, he died. And yeah, if you don't know, the dragon dies, it gives you tons and tons of these free XP, which you can actually use to enchant, and we will be doing that very soon. And also got a free pearl, and from that pearl I went straight into the end. This is where you get the good stuff, which basically means books and other things. So I was kind of hungry, and yeah, I had tourist fruit, which kind of teleports you. It's basically like a suicide button, but I found the what do you call these, yeah, whatever they are, I forgot the name, alright guys. And yeah, so I used one of these shulkers to give me a free advantage,
up here. And yeah, so I knew I was gonna fall any second, so I tried doing the dream style lifting Mr. Beast challenge. And yeah, I'm not gonna put a cut here anywhere because this part was kind of cool. So just watch me survive all these shark. This tube is basically like a suicide tube, right? And like shulkers are literally shooting you from every direction, all right? You're getting emotional damage from every direction. And yeah, so because I'm Dream, I survived obviously, and yeah, I made it to the top. And this is where I show you I'm actually Dream, basically doing a face reveal again. So I remember what Dream did in his previous video, where like he was getting the floating levitation effect, and I also got this challenge completed thingy. But I also survived because Dream gives you cool lessons. And yeah, I survived. So I looted the chest, and let me say that was pretty good, some decent loot. Like I was getting pretty good luck so far. Some people even might say this was fake, so I'm just gonna leave the coordinates and the seed on my editor. Please edit the coordinates right here, and also I think give the seed as well. Yeah, okay, there's the seed, guys. You can have it. Go wild on these things. And yeah, I went to the end ship. And yeah, there was a shulker waiting right there for me. And yeah, I didn't add this into the video, but I actually took this brewing stand with me. But I don't know, I didn't actually show it in the video. And boy, oh boy, got tons of more diamonds. Because like you can get armor, but you can't get diamond in superflat. So that's the reason why I got diamonds, because diamonds, alright. And I made a shulker box and stored all my goodies in there. Yeah, and I obviously you can't forget the dragon head, guys. What kind of an idiot So I decided to make a transition here. Yeah, see I'm going wild on transitions, alright. I'll put a transition in the intro, put a transition here, boom. And now I made obviously an enchanting table, because that's what you do when you have like 3 million books. Except this is the second thing you do when you have too many books. First thing is you obviously burn them. And I got to trading, because obviously all my plants are growing like crazy. And yeah, I also built a nether portal inside my house, even though I never ended up lighting it. And yeah, so my new business, the way of doing business was getting wool from these sheep. And guys, I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to like 1v1 iron golem, because I'm basically a legend, and I was feeling confident I wouldn't die. But I wasn't confident yet. I needed more things, like I don't know, melon farm. And from this melon farm, I can get like emeralds for books from the villagers, because I have tons of books, and I actually need enchanted books, because enchanted books are enchanted books and they're cool. And this villager actually sold me sugarcane, guys. Sugarcane is like the most rarest thing in my like superflat. I mean, not the rarest, but it is pretty good of. So I made a sugarcane farm, alright, because I couldn't pass on the opportunity, even though I did not end up killing that thing, if I remember correctly. I didn't kill him, but I bought a bunch of cookies from this guy, yay. And this guy was actually selling melons, so it was a pretty good deal for 3 melons. I wish I had brought more blaze rods so I could make potions. And yes, guys, I actually bought unbreaking elytra, but I never ended up using it. So back to me shearing sheeps to get enough stuff for more books. And yeah, I even ended up making a cleric, because these guys actually give you lapis when they are upgraded, and lapis can be used in obviously enchanting tables. And I did tons of enchanting, and obviously I was too lazy to edit every one of my book taking, so I just sped it up, because lazy editor, which is definitely me. I'm editing all my videos. And yeah, this is me just basically speedrunning. Yay, getting good enchants, boys, until I actually ran out. And my first melon got grown up. And yeah, this is when I bone mealed every one of them, so I can get faster stuff, because me, greedy boy. And I bred more sheep, because more sheep is equal to more wool is equal to more emeralds. And I harvested some more sugarcane, yay. I don't know why I get tired so fast doing these things. And yeah, obviously I traded all the gold, because there was no value to me. And obviously me classically doing a time lapse instead of showing you every book that I bought, because lazy me. And yeah, this is when I got tons of books, and I'm not gonna show you. So this is the way which I'm gonna get tons and tons of book, is basically this setup right here. So basically you have 5 of these guys, and each of them should sell me some good books. And so this is the villager breeder, by the way. So a villager gets born, tries to escape, sits in a boat, boom, you get a villager until he grows up. And after a while, guys, here it is. Actually took me a lot of time, but here you go. There's all the books, and again, me classically doing a time lapse instead of showing you every book combination. But basically what I did was unbreaking, mending, and there's actually another one. Yeah, boys, now we got full, yeah, prop 4 as well, guys. So I put it on all my armor, and guys, this is the time for me to shine. Yeah. Yes, elytra, fireworks. This is how the place look. I was hoping it would look better for the video, but it doesn't. So, and yay! And me going back to farming right now in 3, 2, 1, go. And yeah, so I tried to extend the melon farm because obviously me need cash. Me need cash, and the cash is from melons, and melons are juicy. And also I made this farm. Didn't bother recording it. Definitely didn't cheat. Trust me, guys. Actually, I built another one of these before, so I'm pretty sure you guys see the first video and you guys will get the idea. So for the past 200 days, these villagers have been stuck in this dirty hole for a long time. So I decided I'm gonna build them a home, and I went with the design of a villager head. And I wanted to kind of make it a little bit of the holiday theme because the holiday is very nearby. And yeah, I wish you guys good luck. And yeah, I wanted to make his mustache a little bit of white because, you know, Santa has also white mustaches, and this took so much resources, especially when we were in superflat. But you know, I had to make his mustache white as well, and I had to make his big old nose, which was a big, like, you have to admit that looks kind of cool. And I was like kind of worried, what am I gonna use for his eyes? So instead I actually ended up using watermelons, even though I could have used slime balls. But you know, I was stupid at that time. And yeah, this looks kind of cool. I wish I made the head a little bit bigger, but then I worked on shipping the villagers into here, and because of these tasks were very far away from the villagers, they didn't came, so I ended up doing something I'm not very proud of. I'm so sorry, villagers. Your souls will not be wasted. I'm just kidding. Actually, I worked on covering up the hole like this thing never happened. And yeah, I took down the fences because, and I actually had 2 villagers, and which I breeded them, and yeah, these guys will continue the next generation. Then I realized it's holiday seasons, boys, and today was actually the holiday. So I was very far behind schedule, so I ended up, I was just like in a really rush, and I ended up curling because I actually needed red and blue. I didn't have a lot of colors, so I just had to just make do with these colors. And yeah, you know, obviously I had to give them trees because, you know, obviously I can't forget these guys. So I was working on the holiday project, and I think by now you guys can kind of figure out what this is. It's just a big old tree, and I'm gonna decorate this with wool. And so just for now, it's just this is the amount of wool I actually had. And I decided to upgrade my tools because you know, I forgot to do that in 100 days. And yeah, I'm not sure which design I was going with, but then I decided I'm gonna start from the top and go down to the bottom because that's much easier. And I was just basically freestyling this. And yeah, this was very hard than you actually can imagine. And boom, there you go. This is actually how it looked. I didn't bother recording it. I just cut it out because this would almost died there. And yeah, and this is the 2 colors of wool I actually had, which was red and blue. So you know, I had to get a little bit creative with these. And after a few tries, I think I actually got the perfect. I spent the whole night, but here's the design. But I kind of felt like there's something missing in this tree, even though it kind of looks bad, but I know there's something missing. And so I went into the nether, and that's when I realized what was missing. It was glowstone. I needed glowstone. I could have used shroom lights, but they don't give the same vibe as these things, so I just ended up using glowstone, not shroom lights. And yeah, this is you cannot forget the star, guys. Like, how the heck do you forget a star? Okay, I definitely did not forget the star. And I have to say, it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? It's tell me in the comments down below. And obviously you cannot forget gifts, so I'm so thankful to Mojang that they actually ended up making the chest in the gift texture, because I have to admit that looks kind of cool. And after that I went to bed, but that's like I didn't went to bed. I actually worked on the villager head because obviously you can't, like, you decorate a tree but you don't decorate the house. That's like riding a horse without a saddle, and that's stupid. So I actually ended up giving him a red hat because that's what I was wearing while recording this video. Yay. Actually, now there's something else I need to do. I need to make some things better around here. Okay, this place was messy, so I end up organizing all the sheeps into their pens, and these are going to be different colors. And I actually needed blue color because, you know, obviously we're going to be doing the big project of building a monument in superflat, which is going to be a very big project. I needed light blue, so that's what I got, light blue. I ended up dyeing all these sheep, and then I later breeded them. And actually I didn't record for a lot of while. Oh no, I did record. I should record this me breaking. I told you I was gonna organize this place, alright? So this place looks a little bit better. And yeah, I made a watermelon farm next to my just a classical watermelon farm, guys. That's all it was. And boom, there it is. And yeah, after a while, oh, where the sheep goes? A psych, they're right there. They just didn't despawn. Actually, these sheeps are they're like FPS killers basically. That many sheeps actually got me down to 15 FPS. So I'm sorry if that recording was a little bit low. And this one recruiter came, and he had some dyes with him and kelp. I mean, I'm not gonna get kelp anywhere else, and I'm gonna need it for the monument. I also bought 2 fishes because I could breed fishes to get. I don't think you could breed fishes, but because obviously we're going to be doing a water build, I'm going to need water-based stuff. So this was a little bit harder than you think, because obviously I did not use any schematics, because I'm dumb. I don't know how to use schematics. And boom, there you go. This general layout, and I began to do the first one. I was actually running out of time. It was already day 99 by now. No, I think it was day 100 or something. And yeah, guys, this is how far I was able to do. I'm so sorry.
Actually already had a melon farm already in my world, so I decided I'm gonna harvest this and check out the production rate of this melon farm. And yeah, I also bought sand from this one creator, because sand is actually rare in superflat. If you don't know what this world is, this is actually my superflat survival world series, which you should definitely check out after this video. And yes, I went to sleep after that because I was so determined to do this. I put my bed right here, and I upgraded the farm because the result of this farm was inefficient, like totally F- inefficient. Okay, and I'm not a school nerd. And after that, I did this stuff, sewage. Yeah, definitely. And yes, I filled it with water, and yeah, I hoed the ground to make it farmland, and boom, I planted seeds. And yes, this is how much it gave me. Very inefficient. So I came up with this new design because water flows floor blocks, and I made one for every one stream of sewage, water, there's gonna be 2 farmland layers of line of farmland, if that makes any sense. And so one farmland layer goes here, and another strip goes right by it, because water can flow 4 blocks, and this design should be efficient. Like, there's no flaws in this, guys. I'm basically Einstein when it comes to Minecraft. And yes, I graded it, and then I went to sleep. So this is day 3, and I just learned how to use a replay mod. So obviously I'm gonna have to show that off. Yeah, this is basically me flexing, yeah, this is how, and after the obviously the rest of the farm wasn't, the stems of those watermelons haven't grown, so I just had to harvest this part of the thing, because after when those are grown, I will definitely show you the production rate. And this is how much it got me. It was pretty good, but it was really bad. Yes, it only got me 1 chest. Now that the whole farm is in action, now I'll just test it how much one harvest actually make. And I'm too lazy to make it edit, so I'm just gonna make a freaking fast time lapse of this. So let me tell you the production rate. Basically, 1 harvest is equal to 2 chests. Okay, 2 chests full of melons. It could vary because obviously, and I had to take a watermelon break, and a bread break, sorry. And yes, 2 chests were already filled when I'm done here. Actually, now this is actually 2 harvests. 2 harvests is actually equal to 4 chests. And boom, and now 1 layer is done. Now I actually have this much left to do. Wish me luck, guys. Haha. A few days later, obviously. Oh my god, I can't believe how much I put into this work. And so now the whole thing is actually filled with watermelons, and I'm going watermelon crazy. But when you have this many melons, there's 2 things you can do. You're gonna have to make a crafting table and turn this all into watermelons, and see how much this villager will pay you. So just imagine that 1 watermelon is equal to 1 emerald. So just imagine all these watermelon stacks is actually emerald. This is how much 1 million will actually give you. It's not a lot, but what can you say, guys? This is how much 1. So I did the second thing, that when you have 1 million melons, it actually make a giant watermelon. Because when you have 1 billion melons, you make a giant watermelon. Obviously, guys. You haven't heard of that? Haha. And yes, so
I just wanted to make a trophy for myself. And I made the structure of the melon first because I wouldn't know how to do it, and it wasn't looking real enough, so I made like a stem like growing out of the ground and into the watermelon, if that makes any sense. It definitely makes sense, but it's pretty sus. And I'm not much of an artist, so I just added a little more details that make it a little more real. But I actually made it even look even more fake. And look at that, that's definitely not an office coffee mug, guys. Don't judge me. And to start the 100 days straight off, I'm gonna make a extra layer on top of my mob farm because extra XP won't hurt, and I'm pretty sure you've seen me do this 100 times, so I'm not gonna show you it again and bore you. And while I've been doing the 400 days, I did collect tons of light blue wool, and you guys will see why, because I'm going to be building an ocean monument in superflat. And because I can't get prismarine in superflat, I'm gonna go with the next best thing, which is light blue wool. And I got this by shearing tons and tons of sheeps. And here's basically a time lapse of me making a giant ocean monument, and I think I ended up making it a little bit too bigger than I needed to, but it didn't exactly end up exactly as an ocean monument, but was like a kind of wider ocean monument. I didn't make a lot of mistakes in here, so I made one of the pillars a bit fatter than the other one, but I think I'm proud of it for whatever it is, because this did end up taking a lot of time, and I think I fixed just a little bit of the other pillars so it wouldn't look a little bit weird. I wasn't using a schematic because I don't know how to use a schematic, but I don't even think I can call it an ocean monument anymore since it's not in the ocean, and plus it does not look like an ocean monument. But I'm kind of proud because I made it bigger than the original ocean monument, and yeah, I just a little bit added an extra design to it, make it a little extra thick, but yeah, it's good, guys. And I actually went to the nether and got glowstone, and now it's pretty much lit up. And if you guys don't know what these chests are, you have not seen my 1 million melon video, which you should definitely check out. Links in the description if I do not forget. And also I started making a storage unit. I wasn't gonna make this any complicated because I don't know how to use it. I make a auto sorter. What do you think I am, SB737? I just placed chests and put. And now you guys get to see what I use these cows for, because they've been here for like I think 400 or more days, and I haven't used these clouds for a single thing. And now I brought my bed here because bye bye old home. So now I'm gonna actually make a throne for myself here as well, because why not? Because obviously I'm the king of the monument. And yeah, that's right, guys. I got 4 emerald blocks. I am gonna make a bigger throne one day when I'm rich in this game. Yeah, but for now, what the hell happened to me? Yeah, for now I'm gonna use emerald blocks. And now I started sorting these things with food because I don't have any other valuable blocks except for emeralds. And I'm gonna soon make a raid farm if I find a design that's gonna work in superflat, or I could just make my own design. We'll see what's gonna happen. And I also sand put it in here because sand is also kind of rare. Yeah, there you go, sand. Because I think I'm gonna find a way to dupe sand one day. And now I was making a giant farm next to the monument, and I saw these guys, and I'm kind of glad they came around. Now I can do a raid and get tons of emeralds and totems, because they would be kind of nice, even though this is not hardcore, because obviously I'm not SB737, I can't do hardcore. And I got these 2 villagers from double kills, which was kind of cool. Also I got the achievement, and then I stood there for a little bit while I got tons and tons of goodies from the villagers. And now I actually have a plan. I'm gonna make a giant iron golem farm, basically iron farm, because now this is gonna be my own design. I think it's my own design. I hope nobody else has actually made something like this. And this is how it's gonna go. There's gonna be 3 beds next to a zombie, and they're all gonna fall down this tube and fall to their doom. And now I'm gonna be legally kidnapping these villagers because I own them, and now they're here. I breeded them, and now they're here. Yeah, cool. And there's gonna be a zombie scaring them, and yeah. The iron golems are dying, which means the farm is working. Now I'll work on the storage unit because it looks kind of ugly at the moment, and I'm gonna do a quick time lapse because I'm too lazy to edit all of this. Please, if any of you are an editor and willing to do this for free, please hit me up because I love free editors. And yeah, it wasn't a much design.
cool thing, but I did the best I could because obviously I'm not a builder. And this is how it looks, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.